Hello everyone, my name is Jeff, your Hawaiian Brokenic. Okay, so just got done with a project on a 2021 Street Glide, Harley Davidson Street Glide. That was a pretty intensive install. I'll have a link to the video. You guys can check that out for you Harley enthusiasts or looking to upgrade your sound system. But today, today's project is going to be installing a whole new stereo system for my wife in her Nissan Xterra back there. It is her birthday, and figured do something nice for her, and an upgrade on her stereo system, having a backup camera and Apple CarPlay is something that that she wanted in her Xterra. So we're gonna go over just what components we opted to go with, and then we'll just dive right in and start brokenicking. Okay, so this is the head unit and the speakers and all the installation stuff that we opted to do. And the head unit is something called Boss Audio Systems Elite. So this is a 6.75 inch touchscreen. What you find in a lot of the newer vehicles these days comes with the backup camera, and what's really important for my wife is the Apple CarPlay. We decided to do the kicker 6.5, so we'll do the front speakers and also on the sides. The rear, now they got little speakers in the front there on the dash, but we'll do that at a later date. This here are all the installation extras and accessories to make the installation a little bit easier. This is the actual mounting accessory kit to be able to mount this 6.5 inch screen. The stock stereo is nowhere near this size. And also a bunch of connectors. This is the Bluetooth wired connector, and then we've got this interface here. Steering wheel controls, and then of course the installation brackets for the speakers for the front and for the rear. So this is going to be a pretty straightforward installation, but like anything else, it's never really straightforward. It's straightforward, but it's not straightforward. What doesn't make it straightforward is the amount of time it takes to disassemble everything and making sure that everything fits, and of course it turns on and it works. So this is my wife's 2009 Nissan Xterra, and we're just talking about the kind of stereo she has in here, and it's the El Stocco stereo, and it's actually a Robert Fosgate. It served her for a number of years, and just with all the technology with the backup camera and the Bluetooth and all that good stuff, she said it'd be really nice to get an update, so that's what we're gonna do. Okay, so got my work cut out for me today. This is gonna be probably an all-day installation because I don't like to rush things. And again, as always, I'm not an ASC certified mechanic or any of the sort. Just a do-it-yourselfer, essentially. Didn't come with much instructions with the entire kit here. I did order everything from Crutchfield, and there was this installation manual of some sort, and that's it. It's a support manual. So, I guess you give them a call if you screw something up. But for those of you who've installed car stereos before, I mean, this is easy peasy. For those of you who are just kind of interested in seeing, you know, what it looks like, yeah, I'll show you exactly what it looks like, and then of course, all the problems and all the difficulties you have in installing, you know, an aftermarket stereo. So with that said, let's start mechanicking. Okay, so this assembly was pretty straightforward. There are 2 screws here. There are actually 3. One at the top here, and 2 on the sides that actually hold the entire assembly. And once you release those, once you take off the screws, all you essentially do is just pull the entire assembly out, and then you can work installing the head unit, you know, outside of the car, which is really convenient. So that's what I've got so far. So the whole thing comes out, which is really nice. And I'm going to disassemble this entire faceplate here, and we'll go through the new stereo, the new head unit, and work on fitting the new faceplate and all that fun stuff. So okay, so got the installation bracket installed. Pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I'm at the part now where I need to kind of put together all the accessories that tie in this new head unit, you know, to the current connections or the factory connections in the Xterra. So you've got a factory interface right here, and you've got the connectors that connect to the back of the new head unit. So there's going to be a lot of soldering and connecting with this installation. So it's not really plug and play where you just kind of plug all the connectors in the back. It's not quite set up that way. It does come with the, you know, the accessory cables, you know, for you to make it work. This is a must right here to be able to have it connect, and for you to be able to control some of the functionality and the head unit, you know, with like Bluetooth calling and volume and changing of radio stations, fast forward, back up, rewind, or whatever, you know, that's on the head unit. If you've got you know, music that you're playing off of a jump drive off a USB or off your phone. So
This is going to be pretty labor intensive. There were no instructions that came with the kit, so I called the tech support, Crutchfield tech support, and they're kind enough to send me just some basic installation, wiring, installation instructions. Got a feeling I'm gonna have to call them a few times just to be sure. But you know, that's just the way it goes with a lot of these kits now. They don't really, a lot of these head units and a lot of these accessories are universal, so you won't have vehicle specific instructions. So just be wary of that if you're thinking of upgrading your head unit in your car, your Xterra, your pickup truck. Luckily, Crutchfield is a pretty great website where they kind of suggest what you're going to need to complete the installation without having any issues or snags. So with that said, we're pressing ahead. Okay, backup camera is installed. I kind of wired it through towards the back. Down underneath here, I don't know if you can see it. So you can see the wires coming out towards the back, right there. So I kind of fed it through underneath here. Just lift this up. Right down in here, which is right where the spare tire is at. Just kind of ran the wires backside right here, so it's hidden. So for the back of the license plate, the camera wires run back here, this area, and this just snaps into place. Shut down like that. There's this little piece right here, kind of like a threshold. It also just snaps right in. The wires run right along the side here and along the panel by the door, so it's completely hidden. And as you can see, this is a mishmash of wires. This is that sound interface connector, and then this Bluetooth connector or accessory connector here that is supposed to hook up to the steering wheel controls. I have to give those guys a call for the proper configuration, but for the most part, I mean, the soldering and figuring out what wires go to where and why took most of the time. So this is the result right here. All I have to do now is just install the main harness, the hazard, and the airbag off and on passenger deal, and then this is pretty much it. So yeah, it turned out okay. Just take this over really quick. So that's what it looks like. I'm gonna go and install the rest of it, and then we're gonna turn it on, make sure everything works. Okay, we're going to start it up really quick and just make sure it turns on. Alright. Make sure that the reverse lights work. Aha, there it is. That's my wife peeking back there. Yeah, it works. Okay, perfect. So there you have it. Okay, so that is that. Some of the issues that I ran into essentially was just getting good instructions. I gotta be very honest with you. Whoa. My lighting, there's my lighting person back there somewhere. There were no instructions really. Everything is now, I guess, online. So when I called Crutchfield for tech support, they were actually pretty helpful. But unfortunately, some of the stuff that they sent, even though if they were vehicle-specific instructions, really, wasn't detailed enough for me to just kind of go through the motions and get the install done quick. I did buy a bunch of the accessories to have this installed, be more of a plug-and-play type of installation, but that never works out. So I had to pretty much brocanic a lot of the stuff, the connections. There is a remote connection for the backup camera, and you're supposed to find this blue wire that's located down the kick panel on the driver's side. Well, there are like 2 or 3 or 4 of them back there, so I couldn't figure out which one was what. Even if I had a multimeter, I had the whole front console pulled out, so I mean, what a hassle that would be. So I just took the wire and just hooked it up directly into the reverse light itself. One of the wires back there on the reverse light. And also the parking brake. We're supposed to connect the parking brake wire, which is also located in the kick panel. Couldn't decipher that either because there were, a number of green wires. So I just went right underneath, right here where the cup holders are. I opened it up, and right where the wire connects to the parking brake, I went ahead and cut into that. And solder it together, and it worked just fine. So not for the faint of heart. This installation is not for the faint of heart. I mean, It does take a lot of time, and if you rush through it, you will make mistakes. I didn't rush through it. I took the better part of the day just making sure that I was soldering it properly, making sure that the wires were correct, harnessed to to the adapters and everything. So other than that, I mean, just another day of brocanicking. So thanks for tuning in. If you like the content, go ahead and like and subscribe. I'll have a few more projects coming up here. Until then, you guys take care. It's your Hawaiian Brocanic. Aloha.